Hello and good morning. And yes, despite all the frowns yesterday night, we are the reason why you're going to start smiling from this morning. It's Wake Up Nigeria. Good morning.
Absolutely. Well, it's the morning after. What can I say? We still are winners. Anyway, well, hey, we might have tried all we could, but we could have done better. But still, Nigeria, thank you guys for coming together one more time just to show how patriotic you guys are. And let's say congratulations for second place. It's still good.
Yeah, it's still amazing. Even though, you know, Mazino is holding it in. He's holding it in. He's reining it in.
You didn't have to tell me.
He's reining it in. He's holding back tears. But it's fine. It's fine. There's always a silver lining. We will be back. Bigger and better. Nice work, boys. Nice work.
Welcome. Wake Up Nigeria starts for a Monday here, putting your week into perspective for you. This is where you get to know, hey, it's going to be a great week. We only give happiness, great information, infotainment, and all that we put together all through the weekend, all through last week, just for a Monday edition.
And guess how we do it? We do it live every single morning from 7 all the way till 8:45. And there's loads that we're packing into this show today. Speaking of what we're packing into the show, should we tell them?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah, First up, my name is Mazino Appeal.
Oh, of course, and my name is Titilayo Oyinson. Streaming the show live is one of the best things you could do right now. You could do that on our website. That's tvcentertainment.tv. You could do it on X. That's at tvcentertainment_. You could also stream on YouTube.
Yes, indeed.
Just search for TVC Entertainment.
Yes, and thank you to everybody who's watching us on Channel 16 for GoTV and, of course, 121 Star Times and 49 for UHF. Now, let's let them know exactly what's coming up for a Monday edition, shall we?
Everyone needs this right now. Motivation. Especially after this. We're going to talk about this. Yeah, we're going to talk.
It's a beautiful game for starters for a Monday as we take a look back at what happened exactly yesterday and maybe even more. Did we deserve second place? Did the Ivorians actually work their way from bottom of the list all the way up until the winners of the 2023 AFCON Specials? Well, we'll talk about that in just about a bit.
And then, of course, we'll be having a performance right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Sky Phase will be in the building.
Going to be having our motivation segment with Fola Daniels at Dilisi, of course. Now, he's got a very interesting theme for today. We're going to be looking at the importance of a growth mindset.
And then, of course, on SME, we will be taking a peek into the world of engineer Lasisi Taufik Kolawole. Now he has his own auto shop and so much more. We'll find out what makes him tick and how he's doing business in Nigeria so well. Yeah.
Welcome for a Monday edition. Come take a seat with us. Let's start this day together, shall we? Titi, hey, I really don't want to ask this, but I'm gonna.
What?
How was your weekend?
My weekend went really well. A lot of activity over the weekend, and it rounded up with a match. You know, I don't think they were a match. The two teams were not a match. Yeah, and I think, okay, let me just say it. What was the coach thinking?
No, what was Aina thinking? What was he doing? Okay, you know what? Let's leave
it for the beautiful game.
I know you really want to get out a lot.
Let's do it.
A beautiful game.
We are actually not the sports experts on the show often. I've given, you know, I sent Mike some flowers this morning.
Okay.
You know, like just
In any case, we're still going to we'll touch on the sports in just
later on.
But my weekend started rather grim, actually. It was very
wow.
sad to see that one of the most important people in Nigerian economy, African economy, actually, we lost Herbert Wigwe over the weekend in a helicopter crash, which was such a surprise, man.
It was a shock.
I was like, how? And I think I've been at forums where he was present before, where he actually facilitated or spoke.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that this man is such a gem to Africa. And it's just so unfortunate that this happened. I don't want to dwell too much on it because it's really, it came like an uncle. Let me put it so.
It felt like everyone that knew him had something great to say about him. I even have a few, experiences myself, and I've witnessed where people are giving him accolades, and it's not accolades out of, sycophancy. It's more of reverence and respect.
Yeah, it was really sad.
And it was really sad that it's his wife, his son, and some other very key players in the banking industry were also lost. There's only so much you can say, but our hearts go out to the families affected, and I guess more details will come out in the news. Find out more.
Well, something exciting still happened during the weekend, and if you're a Super Bowl fan, like some of us are, halftime fans, that was something to look out for.
Yeah, it was.
It started from for me, the Super Bowl is much more than just about the sport itself. In fact, I know very little about the sport. It's actually about the halftime and all the commercials that
All
happen.
the commercials,
And as a commercial guy, you can imagine how excited I was to see some of these commercials and all. It was grand. Everybody was represented with the movies, music, and all of that. And the halftime experience was not as grand as you'd think.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
It was Usher.
I love Usher.
Usher.
Don't get me wrong.
The anticipation of Usher being on the halftime show started 2 months ago.
I know.
People gave him so much, much.
I'm not saying it was all bad.
He even appeared in commercials talking about the Super Bowl. Come on. This is Usher we're talking about. 20 years on stage.
Right. Easy, girl. Easy. It was great to see him, Lil Jon.
Alicia Keys.
Everybody else.
Come on. Ludacris.
Hey, Ludacris.
Oh, come on.
All right.
Come on.
But it was still better last year. Listen, let's do the weather, shall we?
I was about to ask where Usher was at 7 o'clock.
Let's do the weather. You're welcome. Monday morning, it's time for the news. My name is Mazino Appeal. Now we begin in the United States, where more details have emerged from Friday's helicopter crash, which led to the death of Group Chief Executive Officer of Axis Holdings PLC, Herbert Wigwe, his wife's son, and a former group chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group, Abimbola Ogunbanjo. The National Transportation Safety Board confirmed that witnesses' report suggests it was raining and a wintry mix when a crash happened in California near the Nevada border. There is more in this report.
The NTSB in its briefing mentioned that preliminary investigations are still ongoing and officials were at the scene to gather perishable evidence. Official of the Safety Board, Michael Graham, emphasized that they will look into the chopper's airworthiness, maintenance and structure, among other things.
The NTSB is an independent agency charged by Congress to investigate every civil aviation accident and significant accidents in the other transportation modes. We are on scene now to gather perishable evidence. Our team is methodically and systematically reviews all evidence and considers all potential factors to determine the probable cause. This is the beginning of a long process. We will not jump to any conclusions, and the information that I provide for you tonight is preliminary.
Although the NTSB says the victims have not been identified, Access Bank PLC confirmed the death of its Group Chief Executive Officer, Herbert Wigwe, who was on board the aircraft alongside his wife, son, and a former Group Chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, Abimbola Ogubanjo.
Obviously, I'm Nigerian. I'm a chartered accountant by training.
Born on the 15th of August 1966, Herbert Wigwe was a Nigerian banker and entrepreneur. He was the CEO of Access Holdings PLC, traded as Access Corporation until his death. He was the Group Managing Director, CEO of Access Bank PLC, one of Nigeria's top 5 banking institutions. Herbert Wigwe was said to have been traveling in the helicopter with his wife, son, and 3 others when it went down on Friday nights. Dr. Wigwe had written on one of his social media handles how he spent time last week with the Access Pensions family, engaging in meaningful conversations that shaping the future of Africa. Many have described his death as a loss to the entire nation, as he was a visionary and brilliant banker who will be greatly missed.
And outside Nigeria, King Charles III has attended church with the Queen for the first time since the announcement of his cancer diagnosis. Walking alongside Queen Camilla, King Charles arrived at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham, Norfolk, on Sunday morning. The latest development comes days after Buckingham Palace said the king, who acceded to the throne 17 months ago, has a form of cancer. It also comes after the king thanked people on Saturday for their support and good wishes since the news. Around 100 well-wishers were gathered on Sunday as the king walked into church and where he also is currently staying. A crowd gathered around the gates of the private Norfolk estate, but were not allowed to enter the grounds of the church. He has stepped back from all public-facing duties while he is being treated for cancer, with senior royals, including Queen Camilla and the Prince of Wales, taking on his duties for some events. And let's do sports now, as hosts Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire rather, are the champions after beating Super Eagles 2-1 in the Africa Cup of Nations final on Sunday night at the Alassane Ouattara Stadium. The tournament marked the 34th edition of the continent's competition. The Super Eagles are running for a gunning for a fourth AFCON title, while the Elephants were seeking to have their 3rd title, having only won in 1992 and 2015. Both teams advanced from Group A, with Equatorial Guinea topping the table with a joint 7 points and 3 goals difference. However, the Elephants made it out as the 4th third-place team. Super Eagles captain William Troostekong had been crowned the best player of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, as Confederation of Africa Football rolls out awards to the 7 players. South Africa goalkeeper Rowan Williams won the award for the goalkeeper of the tournament after his heroic formed power for the Bafana Bafana to a 3rd-placed finish. And Equatorial Guinea's Emilio Unsue, who writes from the group stage, nicked 5 goals, got Golden Boot Award. Côte d'Ivoire coach Mes Faye won the coach of the tournament after leading his side to AFCON glory, and the Bafana Bafana of South Africa, however, won the Fair Place Award. And that's all we have for news and sports, starting our Monday edition for Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay tuned, we've got more coming your way.
Hello there. Here is a golden opportunity for you to be one of the ladies of your view. You think you have what it takes to be one of us, and you're from the Northeast, Northwest, and even the Southeast. If you believe you have what it takes to be one of the ladies of your view, post a 1-minute video of yourself telling us why you think you're going to be one of the ladies of your view. Hashtag the ladies of your view, and we'll love to invite you for an audition. If you make the cut, you start your journey to becoming one of the ladies of your view. We can't wait to have you on the table. See you soon.
Step into a world where financial mastery transforms your life. I'm hosting a free conference for one day titled The Game of Money on the 17th of February 2024, 10 a.m. at 13th Okili Lane, Mende, Maryland, Ikeja. Join me as we discover the secret to financial success as we delve into real life stories. Do you resonate with Michael or Jennifer or even David? Whichever you are, if you feel something is missing in your financial puzzle, our keynote speakers can be a guide, including Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, Chinwe Odigwegu, Sumi Smart Francis, and my humble self, Tokwe Mark Odige. Seats are limited, so secure yours now by calling 0816-247-6940 or visit our website www.rev360.co. Don't forget to follow us on social media platform. We're at the Game of Money series. See you there.
Good morning, my name is Samuel and I'm a personal trainer of iFitness. This morning I'll be showing you some exercises that you can do with your body weight without any equipment whatsoever. You can do this at the comfort of your home or at the gym using just your body weight, no equipment necessary, right? So today I just want you to watch and learn. So we're going to start with a warm-up jumping jacks, right? We're just going to do some jumping jacks to get our body into the exercise, right? So we do like a few seconds of it and then we move straight up to the exercise. So the first exercise that we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the push-ups, right? And the push-up, you want to learn how to do this and you want to do it properly, right? So your arms should be at shoulder length. You go down slowly and come back up the same way you went down. So you're just going slow at a controlled pace, full extension of your arms, and just continue like that. And you take a break like that, maybe for like 6 sets or 5 sets or 3 sets, depending on how you can go. The next one, we're going to be working on our legs. We're going to be doing the lunges. So for those of us that have knee issues, we're going to be doing the reverse lunges. So we're going to take our legs this way, just like that. You can put your hands on your waist, but don't put your hands on your leg, right? Hold your waist or hold anywhere you want to go. Just continue this way, like that. That's going to work on your quads, right? Now we are going to work on our triceps. We're going to try and work on our arms, and we're going to be needing a platform like this. If you have this at home, that's fine. So you just place your arm on this side, right? And then go down slowly in a controlled fashion, right? You don't want to rush it. Slow and steady, right? Engage your tricep muscle when you come up slowly, just like that. Now you continue like that for 10 reps, 4 sets, as your body can carry, right? The next one we're going to be doing, we want to work on our legs and our calves, right? So you go down this way, come up and extend your calf. You go down, you come up, extend your calf. Now that's going to help you work on your calf muscle all the way, right? You go down, back down, just like that. 15 reps, 10 reps, 3 sets, 4 sets, as you can, right? Now we're going to do the split lunges. The split lunges is a little bit of lunges, but more intense than the regular lunges. So you're just going to this way, and then just switch your legs that way, just like that, switch, you count that as 1, you go, you count that as 2, continue like that, 10 reps, 4 sets. Thank you very much for today's episode. I'm gonna see you guys next time on the show.
Welcome. It's time for What's Up and About, ladies. And of course, hey, beautiful Winfrey, you are welcome.
Welcome.
How was your weekend?
It was cool.
Until.
It was uneventful.
It was?
Very, very uneventful.
Not even our first goal?
Not.
For
At
real?
all. It looked like a mistake to me.
Wow.
Just saying.
Okay.
Can you zoom in on her?
No,
not
I'm
us?
just saying. It was a very, very unintentional goal.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, our captain, I mean, he did a great job. I think.
Do we really want to go into this?
No, we still have a
Really?
beautiful
No,
game for
really.
later, so...
I don't know.
I think you'll join him for some.
She's going to do a beautiful game all by herself at this point. But hey, let's talk What's Up and About, ladies. Very interesting. This was a WhatsApp conversation between an employer and an employee, and the employer thought that this was going to be great fodder for social media. Little did he know that he was going to be the villain, in my opinion, at the end of the day. Check this communication out. Someone says on Twitter, says, I have an employee whose monthly salary was 100,000 naira. When the fuel pump price increased to 630 naira per liter, I quietly increased all my employees' salaries, and this particular guy's salary was increased to 200,000 naira. Now, he received this 200K for months, underline months, until saying anything. Last month, I decided to revert back to his old salary to know what he would do. Today, he mustered the courage to send me the message below, feeling entitled to what's not his. Now, his job hangs in the balance. Now, the conversation goes thus. Good evening, sir. I received 100K instead of 200K. And he questions, good evening, Samuel. What do you mean you received 100K instead of 200K? How much is your salary? Samuel responds, 100K, sir. But I started receiving 200K since November, so I thought maybe it was increased. When you started receiving 200K, asks the employer, did you report that you received more than your salary? Samuel says, no, sir. Employer says, before resuming work on Monday, that's today perhaps, send the excess you received from November back to the company's bank account. This is if you still want to keep your job.
Wow. Wow.
I'm restraining myself. But what do you think?
Okay, so I feel like this employer doesn't really understand what he... I don't know what his direction was. First of all, reverting back to the 100,000. What was the whole idea? What was he trying to achieve?
He was trying to play God.
Wow.
He is apparently a narcissist and wants to see, he's like a little boy with a what do you call those glasses, who's burning ants with the sun's rays.
Oh, wow.
This employer does not even deserve to be an employer because he lacks the empathy to be one. I mean, why would you do that to anybody, first of all, even because you have the ability to even better people's lives. Yeah. Now you want to see what it's going to be like if I just remove this little foundation.
Essentially, if he removed it because he didn't get a thank you or an acknowledgement, he didn't get an acknowledgement, he didn't get, you know, any accolades for increasing
and if that's
salary,
your reason
right?
for doing anything, then it's wrong right from the start.
From the beginning, yeah. Now, I also feel like the boss might be one of those people that's not really very approachable, because I feel like if the staff didn't approach him or didn't thank him, there was probably a reason for that.
He wants to be worshipped.
You have no idea
oh,
how
God,
long...
thank you, I received, thank you, sir, let me carry your coffee.
Wow.
That's what most Nigerian employers or bosses want. And I'm like, come on, man, I can't use the words just because it's breakfast television, but that. Winfrey, please, you've been quiet. I'm sorry.
I like your shirts, too. I just realized it has patterns.
Oh, thank you very much. It's not my dad's, it's mine this time.
What do you think?
Because this is my dad's tie, actually.
Okay, so I saw the story on social media, and then the first thing that comes to mind is literally the balance. I mean, I understand. I mean, of course, you work to earn money, right? And it has always been, I've had this conversation severally with different people, friends, colleagues, and all that, talking about, when I say colleagues, I don't mean you guys. We're talking about...
Okay, we know our place.
Talking about, okay, fine. I mean, I work for the money an entire month. When I receive it, should I say thank you? Do you understand? However, speaking from an employer's point of view, I will not necessarily say he's trying to play God, because, you know, as much as I understand where you're coming from, and he said to test it, so I don't think he's taking it back with the, I don't honestly feel he's going to really receive all that money, right, even if the guy pays it back, because he had the empathy in the first place to double the salary without any request. I see it from that point. And also, this comes across to me as a transfer onto, you're working for me. It's not like a contract side thing. Do you understand that? Even if it was a contract side thing, if your company should pay you a certain amount that is not just, you will not, I don't know, Sha. Well, me, I would say, Alpha. I saw this, so. Do you understand? There was a time I was working somewhere. I actually went on leave for an entire month, and the request was literally that, okay, I'm not going to pay for this month because I'm actually going to be off work. At the end of the month, I get my salary. I call my supervisor and ask, okay, I saw this and everything. Like, this was not the agreement. I was like, oh, no, don't worry. I decided to do that regardless. Do you understand? So I totally get where the employer is coming from. I feel fine, as much as, yes, you're working for it, when you see an increase, whatever, it is still, you didn't ask for it, right? The guy was thoughtful enough and generous enough to increase your salary. You should literally acknowledge, you don't have to say thank you. Oh, I saw this. That is honestly what's
so from I feel like him asking the question, I received 100K instead of 200 was where the issue was.
So exactly. So when you should receive 200 instead of 100, you should say I received 200 instead of 100.
Do you know do you know this could have probably changed if the first sentence was, good evening, sir. How was your weekend? You know? I'm saying if he had I'm just saying if there was another another message, not just I received 100K.
That was very. I acknowledge what you said. But notice that Titi said something from before. This boss might not be an approachable boss. You know how Nigerian.
But you can send him a message when it's reduced.
Because
you can send him when no. So you are approaching. No, that's the thing. So no, I feel. I mean, there should be. If you can send a message, acknowledge. You realize it was reduced. You didn't realize it was increased. I don't think that's a factor. It's a message.
Winfred, consider this. This is Nigeria. One thing. Let's take a look at the exposure of this boss and the exposure of this.
No matter the exposure, you expose your account balance. You know.
See. This is perhaps somebody who lives in Makoko, who has to make it through traffic every day to come and drive the bus, who has to make it through, at 4 a.m. every day just to get to the boss's house at 5 a.m. and all. Think about the standards this person is used to, what he lives, how he grew up and all of that.
More reason why you should acknowledge 100% your salary.
I admit, and I enjoyed what you said about, there's a culture, what you said about the boss being empathetic enough to actually increase the salary by 2, that's fantastic. But what was the aim? Now to remove
he said I wanted to try.
There was no need for that test.
There was.
There wasn't any test. If you are going to be good of heart, be good of heart till the end, 100.
That's what I'm saying. I feel it was a test. Something he just did to trigger this conversation, to draw Fine, he could have called the guy and said, didn't you notice anything? No, he's not a narcissist. If you say he's a narcissist, then the employer is entitled.
So, on both sides,
the employee,
I had to think back about my own self and what I've done. So I know I've sent messages to management before, saying thank you, acknowledging.
Generally, you should be generous. Whether it's a
culture thing, it's a respect thing.
It's a person.
I didn't send them a message saying thank you.
No, this kind of person, they give you Christmas bonus. You said no. You will not.
I would have even. Please, HR. Thank you. Thank you.
I sent a thank you message.
I did.
And I've done it a few times.
Thank you. Let's take a break, please. I have to go and write an email or PCU. We'll be back.
Lagos is the most visited state in Africa as the 5th largest economy on the continent. Covering the state and its government is no mean feat. It's a busy beat. We go beyond the curtain of tapes to traveling far into the deep.
I want to thank the Lagos State government for the healthcare facility.
To bring stories that cut across all spectrums.
A greater Lagos shall be ours.
We tell you stories that define our collective well-being as Lagosians. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
And you're welcome. It's time for the dailies. We're still reeling off of the conversation from What's Up and About today. Winfrey is still up in arms somewhere around here. Yeah. But in any case, welcome, Titi. Thank you for joining for the papers.
Oh, thank you for thanking me.
Oh, thank you for thanking me.
Thank you, yes. You thanked me. I'm here every day. But you said thank you.
Well, that's exactly how Winfrey's organization is going to run. We'll waste all the time saying thank you back and forth.
Wow.
In any case, let's do the papers, shall we?
Yes.
Alrighty now, so we've got a couple of papers from The Guardian to the Daily Trust, Punch, and also the Vanguard. If you pick up any of these this morning, these are the headlines that you will be met with. Now, from The Guardian newspaper, we've got this here. Exiting oils firms pollute Niger deltas with 36.1 million liters of crude in 8 years. And of course, as is with The Guardian, you've got a chart there giving you exact details on spills per barrel. That's a shock.
A lot.
Elephants shock Super Eagles to win 2023 AFCON. That wasn't a shock. Anglican Church, Afe Babalola tasks Tinubu on fiscal policies, and WHO predicts global shortage of 10 million health workers. Very interesting here. And U.S. begins investigation into crash as Axis Holdings scout for Wigwe's replacement. Serap sues Akpabio Abbas over 344.85 billion naira National Assembly budget. And there's more for The Guardian. Hardship states in Nigeria risk total collapse amid rising hunger, unemployment, JAPA says report. And Tinubu berates ASU, others for criticizing students' loan scheme, says no going back. And finally, for The Guardian, APC aspirants suspends participation in Edo gubernatorial primaries. A lot to talk about here. Do you want to touch on any specific?
Yeah, this was something I had a discussion with my husband on, the U.S. Investigation into the crash and Access Holdings scouting for Wigwe's replacement. It's something you don't want to talk about so soon, but I even have a feeling there was a little bit of a delay in the announcement for certain reasons like this. People have to acknowledge the fact that Access Bank has been one of the banks to have the fastest growth over the past 5 years, and on the stock exchange.
One of the big five, actually, big three.
It is. Yeah. One of the most purchased shares on the stock exchange, stocks on the stock exchange. So when you think about it, it could have had an impact when the exchange opens in an hour. It could affect.
Oh, we will
give
find
a dip.
out. Yeah.
It could leave them open to even being bought by another bank or another company. Those kind of things are things people don't think about when someone that high up is lost. So we're definitely going to be watching that. And whoever his replacement would be is going to have huge, huge shoes to fill.
Yeah. Unfortunate instance, his death. And let's hope that this doesn't impact the bank or the economy because in any adverse way. Let's move on now. What daily would you be taking?
We have the Punch with us right here, and it says, heartbroken. Nigerians mourn Wizkid Wigwe. Friends, well-wishers recall late CEO's life and times. Nigeria may demand report as U.S. probes crash. He was, unlike other Nigerian big men, says Menti, exit of a banking whiz kid, and of course, Tinubu Abiodun, family, friends, mourn stock exchange giant Ugu Banjo, who was also...
Yeah, there was a Banjo on there as well.
In the crash. Very sad. Very, very sad. Eagles clinch silver as Cote d'Ivoire win AFCON. Eagles saved worst performance for final match.
Wow.
Say fans.
What a way to put it.
Nigeria facing worsening economic crisis, says IMF. They do seem to be back and forth about that particular, I don't know. IMF have a lot to explain with that one. Nigeria's predicaments not solely political, says Adeboye. Discos overcharged 7.1 million customers in 9 months, according to federal government. Nigeria to become food exporter through mechanized farming, according to the president there. And 4 killed as gunmen abduct 5 in Ogun. And that's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
It was indeed the worst performance for the Eagles, and it was supposed to be their last game. Unfortunately, it wasn't just the worst performance by them during their games. It was the worst performance overall, if you ask me, the entire match for every single game. Very unfortunate. Mostly, I'd say that there wasn't enough instructions from the coach, or at least actions or effort when it comes to replacements or strategy. I'm not even an expert, but I could see that.
For the first time, I saw the coach actually show and express
and he got a yellow card.
How much pressure he was under. And I feel like he understood that he had made a mistake with the initial lineup. Even the placement, how the players were placed, the initial lineup, there were just some players that were in different places from how they had been placed in past games. And we saw the impact of how their flow was based on the initial placement of the players throughout the past 3 games. Now, making a change in the last game, was that a good move?
It was meant. Well, you know what? Join me inside for a beautiful game. Let's talk about that specific issue.
Yeah,
real quick, let's do the Vanguard, and then we'll call it quits for today for the headlines. Vanguard's got these headlines for a Monday. Higher prices loom as businesses rely more on loans to survive. Borrowing from banks rises 52%, 1.83 trillion naira. Interest payments rises 332.3% to 589.62 billion naira. Edo gubernatorials, Bini Chief Ikimi, Senator NLC Chairman, emerge PDP delegates, and Nigeria needs spiritual help to solve challenges, says Adeboye. Harsh economy pushing Nigerians to crime. Afe Babalola says there were very many reports over the weekend about a certain area in Ikorodu where kidnappers have been seen plenty of times, I think, transporting their victims. And someone inside of that video said, well, what do you blame it on? It comes to this headline here, the very harsh economy that people are going through resorting to crimes. Very unfortunate instance this. At the top of the Vanguard, rain, wintry weather caused caused the crash, says the U.S. regarding the Herbert Wigwe helicopter crash. And AFCON final, elephants are champions of Africa. It's a hard pill to swallow, but there I read it. I want to touch on anything real quick because we are out of time for the day.
We have sort of talked about most of these
headlines
issues already. But then again, rain, wintry weather causing crash. Apparently, the helicopter, according to some reports, the helicopter had been in a crash previous. The company had a previous crash beforehand, and there are so many things that need to be investigated. The weather, they say wintry. Winter is almost over. I don't know. Excuses, I don't know. It's very hard. That's a hard pill to swallow, you know, a hard thing to explain, especially since it was outside the country. It wasn't even here. It's not even in Nigeria. All the usual excuses you get from some Nigerian or African airlines.
Yes, indeed.
You cannot accept that from the U.S. Someone's getting sued.
That's as much as we can take for the headlines this morning. Do pick up a daily. If you want to comment on any of those, do feel free. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We're live on X and also YouTube, where you can leave those comments and we'll read them as we go. Now let's find out what exactly is going to be happening inside of the kitchen, where we have Winfried and our very beautiful chef. So what's happening, ladies? What are we having today?
Good morning, chef. I don't know where she's rushing to.
I am not. I'm just trying to prep.
It's Monday morning. Let's say, I know momentum is up, right? for the week is good, but let's still take it slowly because we don't want our viewers to miss any part of it.
Any part.
Yes, exactly.
Any
Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria, Chef. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Oh, I'm okay, not bad at all. Wait, you asking me whether I watched AFCON match last night? I watched it too, my sister. How did you feel?
I could not watch at the power. Tired because they were just giving me one kind of attack.
Don't worry, the Lord is our strength. We'll come back again stronger next time, definitely. So tell me, what are we making today?
Nothing special.
Okay.
We are doing plantain pottage.
Plantain porridge, all right. And what exactly we need to actually
our
make
plantain,
of course.
Our mixed pepper, crayfish, salt, red oil, meat, fish, panla, pomo, crayfish, then ugu.
Very straightforward, actually. Very, very straightforward. And this actually doesn't look like what's going to waste time. So what are you doing now? You're peeling...
I am just trying to dice the...
And chopping, chopping the plantain.
Yes.
I noticed that a lot of people, when they do plantain porridge, they don't like making it with ripe plantain. Is there a reason why?
No. It just
depends on what you want, Abby.
Yes.
What you like, all right. I mean, that seems pretty. So how do we make this? Tell me, what's the process?
Yes, after this, I pour it in the pot. Then put my crayfish, salt, my pepper, then allow it to steam up.
Steam, okay.
I'll put the fish. After the fish, the onions will go together. Then the oil.
Yeah.
The vegetable will be the last.
Will be the last thing. So
and we are good to go.
And we are good to go. Actually, that's simple, straightforward. No time wasting.
Common way.
Of course, because it's a beautiful Monday morning, and on Mondays you don't want to waste your time cooking anything complicated. So this is definitely a nice recipe, and also because I mean it's really healthy. It's pretty healthy. Plantain is good for you.
Very good.
And of course, if you don't like ripe plantains,
you can use unripe.
You can literally use unripe plantains.
Yes, you can use your yam. You can use.
You can mix it in any way. You can even add beans inside it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's part of it all. So and of course, I mean we have here panla and what meat is this beef? This is beef, right?
Yeah, that's beef.
Okay, that's beef. It's already been fried or grilled.
Yes.
Fried. Yes. All right, and of course we have the pomo and the vegetables standing by. What leaf is this? This is
ugu.
Ugu. All right. Can we use any other vegetable?
You can.
Okay. You can use.
But you know, ugu is somehow crunchy, and most people want it because the other vegetables are always very soft.
They are very soft, and then true. That's actually very, very correct. All right. I mean, and there you have it. Very simple. So if you're just joining us, make sure you try this recipe at home. We're making plantain porridge this morning. We have plantains and our pepper. So what's in this pepper mix now?
It's just rodo.
Only rodo?
Only rodo.
Oh, okay. Won't that make it very hot?
No, it's not going to be hot.
It's not going to be hot?
You might be spicy, but it's not that hot.
Not that hot. Okay, great. All right, can we use tomato, for instance? Can we use tomato? Depending on your choice, Abby. There's no rule of thumb that says
no rules.
All right, amazing. That actually makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, that's pretty simple and straightforward. Yeah. Okay, so tell me, Chef, how was your weekend? Aside the match that broke our hearts.
It was an event for me yesterday.
Yeah.
We rocked and after the rocking, Super Eagle now give us Ella. But we are still good to go.
That's still good to go, don't worry, on to greater things. All right, and that's it right here for now from the kitchen. There's still so much more coming. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ikeja. Join me as we discover the secret to financial success as we delve into real-life stories. Do you resonate with Michael or Jennifer or even David? Whichever you are, if you feel something is missing in your financial puzzle, our keynote speakers can be a guide, including Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, Chinwe Odigwegu, Sumi Smart Francis, and my humble self, Tokwe Mark Odige. Seats are limited, so secure yours now by calling 0816-247-6940 or visit our website www.wakeupnigeria.com. rep360.co. Don't forget to follow us on social media platform. We're at the Game of Money series. See you there.
Argentina, champions of the world!
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. Thank you so much for staying with us. Chef Shobotimo, she doesn't even want to, I don't know, are we fighting this morning? Should we wait small? Let me even say, okay, we are cooking.
Go. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. So we're making plantain porridge this morning. And our chef is good and ready to go.
You noticed that I didn't put water.
You didn't put, exactly, so I was going to ask you, why didn't you put water?
This is going to give us water. We are still going to put
Oh, really?
pepper, so
I thought it only means that to do that thing. So plantain juice will give us water. Okay. Okay, so into the dry pot, we're adding our plantain. It's already peeled and diced.
Yes.
In there.
So my onion is going.
Okay, so the onion is going in next. All right, that's a lot of onions. I actually like a lot of onions.
Yes, you can't go wrong with
you can't so at all.
This is a raw pepper, so we are going to put it.
Yeah, and put it early so that it simmers properly and cooks well as well.
My salt.
Salt, crayfish. Really, really straightforward. Like, nothing too complicated.
So now, I'm going to stir
it so that everything will go in
together. Go in. You can see this.
Looks good. Smells good. Definitely gonna taste good.
So I'm going to add the red oil now.
Okay.
So then cover for it to get steamed.
Okay. Red oil is in.
I'm still going to put water, but not immediately.
Not immediately, okay. So we'll cover it for it to get steamed first before we now put water later on once it's steamed. That's amazing. Ooh. Simple, straightforward, as we said before. Okay, nice. So how can we... Okay, so I mean, if we're making it with like yam or any other thing...
No, of course, the yam will come first. You know, plantain is soft.
It's soft, yes.
So you can't do plantain immediately.
Oh, okay.
The yam will be the first thing to go. Because, you know, you can do this with even potatoes.
Yeah.
So, but you know, those ones are hard.
Yes,
So those ones will come first before you put water.
You put water for... Okay. Okay, then add everything.
Because plantain is not hard.
Yeah, it's not hard.
But if you are using unripe plantain, you can put a small water.
Water too.
Depending on how you want it. You know, sometimes you want it thick. Sometimes you want your porridge thick. And sometimes you want it no yam at all.
Yeah.
Everything should be smooth.
To be smooth. Okay. True. As if you're eating kokore. It's not a kokore.
Yes,
kokore. So, but that one, we use water yam for that one. But mashed, so I guess what you're saying. Yes, like a doubting meal.
I'm doubting you. You are looking
Stop
like
doubting me. Stop it.
Stop it.
Amazing. Okay, so and also, if you don't want it all to be smooth, you can probably slice your...
No, I'm not going to mash together. It's going to be like this.
It's going to be like this, okay.
Like this, okay. We are not putting it together. We are not matching it. We are leaving it like this. Like this. Everything will just go in one after. So as they are carrying your... Every spoon, they are taking your fish.
Everything is blended. Nice. Okay. Amazing.
In the kitchen, you can create anything.
My sister.
Just depends the way you want.
The way you want it.
Some people don't really like wasting time in the kitchen.
True.
Let me just go.
Sharp. Like me.
So you will be the Eba type. That Eba is the fastest.
I'm telling you, straight to the point. Please, don't stress me. I want to eat, right? We eat to live. We don't live to eat. But that's it.
You don't want Serena in the kitchen.
I don't want Serena in the kitchen.
We that we are chef.
Nah, you stay there now. Money eating nights.
That's what we eat. As they are cooking, we are eating.
We are eating.
By the time the food is ready, you're almost
full. Be true. Very, very true. All right. While we are allowing, oh yeah, it's actually simmering, and you can actually see all of that happening in there. We actually see the water, we see the oil, everything is mixing nicely. Right now, we need to head over to the couch with Mazino. How far? What's happening?
Yeah, let me tell you what's happening. We're still broody after the loss from yesterday, and this segment here is called The Beautiful Game. Is it? I don't know, my eyes twitching. But with me here today, I have Mr. Jean-Luc Olamide. Thank you very much.
Yay, one for football.
Yes, indeed. When he's not on the streets of the Black Table or the corners of Reality Check, he's on breakfast. You just come on. That's your problem. Well, you're a gem, and we can't let your different, diverse abilities go to waste. Olamide, let's talk about yesterday's game.
Wow.
AFCON 2023 champions, after all, are the Ivorians. Nigeria made it very close. We came close. We only took silver home. But silver place is no place as long as any Nigerian is concerned. Now we're back to thinking about the bad economy when we could have had at least 1 week of revering in the euphoria of being African champions. But let's talk about the game critically now. Yesterday's game, starting from possession, let's just say 70-30, to the dismay of Nigerians. What did you think?
First things first, I would like to say congratulations to the Ivorians. I think they
needed it more than we did.
No, not really. They're a good example of when you're determined and when you do not give up, you can actually go all the way. They didn't start the tournament very well. At a point in time, we're not even sure they were going to qualify through the group stages. They lost heavily 4-0. And, you know, everything wasn't just going the way. While when you look at the Nigerians, we played a couple of interesting games, and then we made it to the finals. We considered the least amount of goals until the final. And yeah, it was a story of two different journeys.
Two different coaches, actually.
And two different coaches for Ivory Coast.
Talk about the coaches. The Ivorian coach, who was the assistant, but currently now the coach. And then the Nigerian coach, who didn't seem... Well, it would seem like as if the cohesion of the players relied mostly on him. And there are many questions that were asked about Aina's play yesterday. Why was he on the field? And why Iwobi had nothing to do. Absolutely nothing yesterday.
So yes, let's start from Aino. I think Aino has to be one of the standout players for the national team at the AFCON 2023. He played exceptionally well all through. Yesterday, yes, he might not have been on his A game, but I would not necessarily unpick a player. Alex Iwobi, the same thing. He wasn't fantastic all through the tournament. In fact, if I want to be honest, I don't think tactically Nigeria was fabulous. We didn't play well in any game. I think except for the Cameroonian game, that was the only game I would say, okay, maybe we deserve to win. But every other game, there was nothing tactical. There was nothing beautiful. It was just us going on the pitch, hitting the ball, long balls, hoping someone chases it and scores. And it was not what we know to be football in today's world, whereby, you know, you play good, you dominate other teams, and you score beautiful goals. I was telling a friend yesterday that if I were to be Victor Osimhen, I would have walked off the pitch a couple of times because it wasn't football. We had no tactics. And yesterday, I'm very happy that this assumption that we're going to win the AFCON without playing good football, you know, was going to come true. I'm really, really happy that good football won.
Good football won. Okay,
I see. The Ivorians did deserve to win.
Good football. Final. Well, the Ivorians, looking at it outside of football now, I think they really did deserve it, coming from what seems... Well, they're champions. They have been African champions twice in the past, but as at the start of this game, these games, they were actually the underdogs.
Yes, they were.
You know, coming from almost losing out to winning the cup, that's fantastic. And I think they had more at stake because of what happened in their first games when they lost.
Yes.
And, you know, the nationwide violence.
I think the Ivorians,
anger, rather.
When you really look at what they have together as a team, they've got fantastic individuals.
They've got family as well. I doubt that the Nigerian team has family, because everybody came in from different clubs across the world and have only just been playing together since only the start of this match.
You know what?
These games.
You know what? I think we do need to give the Nigerian national team some sort of respect, because tactically that wasn't really a team. We had individual performances. So, I mean, we can mention guys who played well. I think Victor Osimhen, even though he scored just one goal in the entire tournament, was one of the best players, because the work rate, the hard work he put into the games was exceptional. You can talk about Trust Ekong, you can talk about Calvin Bassey, even talk about Semi Ajayi. All these guys were exceptional.
We talk about
as a unit, we never really showed up.
Can we talk about our yellow cards? How many did we concede? 2, or was it 3?
From yesterday's game?
Yes, and very unlikely suspects at this moment, the goalkeeper and the coach.
So
which weird in any
it's
game.
Funny.
It's
funny because I think at that point in time the guys got carried away.
Yeah.
We're one goal up.
Yeah.
And if there's something that I've learned in football, is that when you go to an away side, do not poke the bear.
Don't
do that.
Poke the bear.
Because I feel that after those incidents, they spawned on the Ivorians even more.
Exactly.
And, they were really more determined to go all the way and ensure that they win the game. I'd actually hoped that at a point in time we would have equalized, but we still didn't play well enough to
When did you expect a substitution? At what point in the game did you expect a substitution?
No, looking at the bench, I didn't see who was going to come on and make a difference.
Moses Simon, perhaps? He laughs.
Okay.
This is serious.
I'm really sorry, and this is weird coming from a Nigerian. I didn't think we were going to even get to the final.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm saying it. I didn't think we were going to get to the finals because, I repeat, we did not play very well. So, but kudos, we were able to push it through. We showed that sometimes bad football can get you somewhere.
All you need is, what they call it, gra football in local parlance. But hey, Olamide, it's great having you here.
Yes,
talk about
this is going to get me into trouble.
So I was just about to advise that when you walk out, please watch out for any projectiles, because the Nigerians might be after you as well. But hey, it's true. It's just simply a fact. Good football won. Congratulations to the Ivorians. We'll meet again in another tournament. That's it for the beautiful game for this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Do stay tuned. We've got one more hour for Wake Up Nigeria coming your way. Of course, we're not done in the kitchen yet, so when we get back after the start of the next hour, we'll show you what we've got. Do stay tuned.
Downright time to speak with the Gen Z perspective.
Hey, chick told me this and she was like, this is Sharma, this is Sharma.
Saying it not the way they want it.
Outrightly, I don't think I would budget more than 25K for a first date.
The Generation Z are ranting.
As in we are 2 minutes after the
Minus 1 year, please.
Don't show me. I don't want to see.
That's why they'll keep saying. Gen Z, express yourself.
How long will it take for you to kiss then, even if it's not sexual intercourse?
The conversation just got Gen Z'd.
Do it now. Do it too. Do it.
Step into a world where financial mastery transforms your life. I'm hosting a free conference for one day titled The Game of Money on the 17th of February 2024, 10 a.m. at 13th Okili Lane, Mende, Maryland, Ikeja. Join me as we discover the secret to financial success as we delve into real life stories. Do you resonate with Michael or Jennifer or even David? Whichever you are, if you feel something is missing in your financial puzzle, our keynote speakers can be a guide, including Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, Chinwe Odigwego, Sumi Smart Francis, and my humble self, Tokwe Mark Odige. Seats are limited, so secure yours now by calling 0816-247-6940 or visit our website www.rev360.co. Don't forget to follow us on social media platform. We're at the Game of Money series. See you there.
Time for the second hour to begin on Wake Up Nigeria.
Absolutely. You are most welcome the second hour, and all you late risers, this is the hour we made just for you.
Yeah.
It's okay. No problems.
It's okay. It's all right. Now, well, my name is Titilaya Oyinson.
My name is Mazina Appeal. There's still one more person, and her name is Winfried. Oh, no. Winfried. Agbarashe. In the kitchen with us is also our chef from the side of 41 Road. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, Chef. Shevitimo, how's it going in there? Our plantain porridge is actually just about cooked, right? So it actually looks ready. I think it's just left for us to add the vegetable in, and we'll be good to go.
Yay!
Oh.
Now, one thing I can say is that it smells amazing in here.
It does smell good.
It does. It's waking me up.
We're looking forward to having a taste.
Yeah.
And perhaps maybe you could too, if you are living this experience vicariously by seeing us live on channel 16 on GoTV, and perhaps maybe it's 121 on Star Times. It's also 49 on UHF. That's the option in case you'd like to use the terrestrial one.
And in case you want to go online, the website is right there. That's tvcentertainment.tv. And of course, we're streaming live on X and YouTube.
Yes,
so
indeed.
if you need to move around, you can also send that link to friends, family, so that they don't miss a thing.
Yes, indeed. Make sure you're following us across all the social media platforms at TVC Entertainment _ all through every single one.
And on Instagram, Mazino and all his wailing and crying about what happened with the Eagles yesterday is going to be on Instagram very soon. That's Wake Up Nigeria TVC.
Absolutely. Now for what we have in the final hour here, let's let you guys know. We're done with the beautiful game.
Yeah.
That was fantastic, by the way. Thank you very much, Jean-Luc, for joining us. But coming up, this first hour, remember, we are going to be having Skyface on with us. Our performer for today.
Have you considered changing your mindset to a growth mindset? What's a growth mindset? Fola Daniels Adelesi is going to tell us exactly what it is.
And coming up for SME, we're going to be having engineer Lasisi Taufik Kolawale. He is a car doctor, car expert in this economy. Well, hey, it will behoove you to actually use the work of your hands to make money. And maybe he's going to be giving us some tips on how this industry works and how he's been able to navigate his way through it so far.
So before you go into that, right, I actually want to say it. Really want to say this. I honestly feel, I mean, I was watching the match yesterday, and I saw Kanu and the other, I mean, old players. Like, he sit down, understands, literally watch, and he has such a long face, and it was so sad. And then I just kept on asking, like, I mean, why do we have a foreign coach? It's not like it's a bad thing, right? We have these players who have literally played this game for years. They've been skilled, they know the corners, they know the tricks, and all of that. And why can't we have this guy coach our team, right? Or at least, even maybe not the coach, but at least support in all of that. Because something I noticed is that our players seem very fragile, right? Comparing to the build and stature and stamina and speed of the Ivorians. We were quite slow in my... Because normally, I mean...
Where were you when I was doing beautiful game?
Why didn't we just have... I begged you.
You begged me.
I begged
I'm not
you.
one you should beg this. We have the director.
I begged you.
So there were some shots that I just wished Sunday Olise was right there.
Wait, how many of the one shots are you talking about?
No, there was
one.
There was just one. I was like, where's Olise?
I'm like, no. At the first half, I knew that.
That's a while ago.
If we won, it was...
Where's Musa? Oh, he's not there.
Well, I just simply want to say, second place is not where we thought we were going to be, but I think at the end of the day...
I think we should be grateful for second place.
Exactly. We actually should be grateful that we got second place. Because, like
I think they thought the roasting on social media was it.
Yeah,
that's what they thought. I think they just kind of relaxed.
Going to that, maybe we need to put more work into our Eagles than, social media.
No. Please,
well,
social media team, do your social media thing.
If you were someone who had roasted any of the other countries,
you're hiding
just
your
stay
face
off
now.
social media for a while.
Ghana is your fault.
Stay off.
Ghana.
But we will be back. The Super Eagles will return. Very soon.
I'm actually waiting for them to roast us. I can't wait.
I'm not going to be there while they roast.
French, and we're not going to understand it.
Let's say, as Nigerians, we love to have a laugh, so feel free, take it out on us just for today.
Can't do worse than
All right.
Our skin is tough already.
Honestly, yeah, it is. But is it as tough as the elephants? The elephant skins.
They don't need to fear for nothing.
I'm just saying.
We eat elephant's meats for...
No, it won't work now. We lost,
guys,
remember?
Before we wrap this up, I have to give a birthday shout out to my best girl. She was actually my maid of honor at my wedding. My closest friend from all the way back down in secondary school. Kemi Itulu Diego. Happy birthday, Mama. I love you. You're like my sister. And I am so proud of everything you've achieved and everything you've done. Thank you so much.
Aww.
I love you.
Happy birthday, Kemi.
Hey, congratulations to you. Let's hope it doesn't rain on your special day today. And with that said, I'm trying to be Titi here.
No.
Let's find out. It's the weather. Welcome back. It's the second hour, and we begin with the news here for Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mazino Appeal. Now we begin in the United States, where more details have emerged from Friday's helicopter crash, which led to the deaths of Group Chief Executive Officer of Access Holdings PLC, Herbert Wigwe, his wife, son, and former Group Chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group, Abimbola Ogunbanjo. The National Transportation Safety Board confirmed that witnesses' reports suggest it was raining and a wintry mix when the crash happened in California near the Nevada border. There is more inside of this report.
The NTSB in its briefing mentioned that preliminary investigations are still ongoing and officials were at the scene to gather perishable evidence. Official of the Safety Board, Michael Graham, emphasized that they will look into the chopper's airworthiness, maintenance and structure, among other things.
The NTSB is an independent agency charged by Congress to investigate every civil aviation accident and significant accidents in the other transportation modes. We are on scene now to gather perishable evidence. Our team is methodically and systematically reviews all evidence and considers all potential factors to determine the probable cause. This is the beginning of a long process. We will not jump to any conclusions, and the information that I provide for you tonight is preliminary.
Although the NTSB says the victims have not been identified, Access Bank PLC confirmed the death of its Group Chief Executive Officer, Herbert Wigwe, who was on board the aircraft alongside his wife, son, and a former Group Chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, Abimbola Ogunbanjo.
Obviously, I'm Nigerian. I'm a chartered accountant by training.
Born on the 15th of August 1966, Herbert Wigwe was a Nigerian banker and entrepreneur. He was the CEO of Access Holdings PLC, traded as Access Corporation until his death. He was the Group Managing Director, CEO of Access Bank PLC, one of Nigeria's top 5 banking institutions. Herbert Wigwe was said to have been traveling in the helicopter with his wife, son, and 3 others when it went down on Friday night. Dr. Wigwe had written on one of his social media handles how he spent time last week with the Access Pensions family, engaging in meaningful conversations that shaping the future of Africa. Many have described his death as a loss to the entire nation, as he was a visionary and brilliant banker who will be greatly missed.
And outside Nigeria, King Charles III has attended church with the Queen for the very first time since the announcement of his cancer diagnosis. Walking alongside Queen Camilla, King Charles arrived at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham, Norfolk on Sunday morning. Now, the latest development comes days after Buckingham Palace said the king, who acceded to the throne 17 months ago, has a form of cancer. It also comes after the king thanked people on Saturday for their support and good wishes. Since the news, around 100 well wishes were gathered on Sunday as the king walked into church in Sandringham, where he is currently staying, and crowds gathered around the gates of the private Norfolk estate, but were not allowed to enter the grounds or the church area. Now, he has stepped back from all public-facing duties while he is being treated for cancer, with senior royals, including Queen Camilla and the Prince of Wales, taking on his duties for some events. And in sports, host Côte d'Ivoire are the champions after beating Super Eagles 2-1 in the Africa Cup of Nations final yesterday night at the Alassane Ouattara Stadium. The tournament marked the 34th edition of the continent's competition. The Super Eagles were gunning for a fourth AFCON title, while the Elephants were seeking to have their third title, having only won in 2015 and 1992, going backwards. Both teams advanced from the Group A, with Equatorial Guinea topping the table with a joint 7 points and 3 goals difference. However, the Elephants made it out as the third-place team. Super Eagles captain Williams Bruce Ekong had been crowned the best player of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. Confederations of Africa Football rolls out awards to deserving players. South Africa goalkeeper Ron Williams won the award of the goalkeeper of the tournament after his heroic push to power for the Bafana Bafana to a third-placed finish. Equatorial Guinea's Emilio Nsue, who right from the group stage nicked 5 goals, got the Golden Boot Award. Côte d'Ivoire coach Mers Faye won the coach of the tournament after leading his side to AFCON glory. The Bafana Bafana of South Africa, however, won the Fair Play Award. And that's all we have for the news this time. Do stay tuned. We've got more inside our last hour for Wake Up Nigeria.
We don't like to eat.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail, or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here with
All right, then. Now, Wake Up Nigeria wouldn't be complete without a performance in the morning. Today, joining us on set, we have Skyface. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. You look ready to perform.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Talk to us about this song that you're performing today. I don't want to mispronounce it.
Okay.
What's the name of the song?
The title of this song is Ishekolowo.
Oh, okay.
Ishekolowo is a song, the things that are happening around.
Okay.
You know, you're working so hard and you're expecting a lot and it's not forthcoming. So there you think that this is a grace of God, not by the hard work. So that's why it's called Ishekolowo.
All right. You wrote this yourself?
Yes, I wrote the song by myself.
All right. Well, we can't wait to see this performance. Ishekolowo, Skyface. Love it. Skyface there. Ishekolowo. Interesting, interesting. Now, it's time for motivation. And on Mondays, it's important for us to find those little nuggets, those little pointers that we can give you to help you get through your week the right way. Have you ever considered what sort of mindset you have? Is it a growth mindset? Maybe you're not too sure what that is. Today, we're going to clarify. We have Fola Daniels Adelesi here. He's an international keynote speaker, training facilitator, communications professional, writer, and so much more. How important is having a growth mindset?
you just cannot overemphasize the importance of a growth mindset because it's pivotal to you becoming a successful person in life. And whatever it is that you want to do, you must have a growth mindset embedded in every phase of that project or even your life as a whole. Now, what is this growth mindset? It's first of all something that tells you there's room for improvement, there's room for a better you. This is not the best of you. It doesn't matter how much you know, it doesn't matter who you have become, there's always more to learn, and that you can learn from anyone, anybody, any situation, anywhere.
Okay.
Anyone, anybody, any situation, anywhere. So you don't think that there are some people who are too small to teach you. You don't think that there are some people who are too poor to teach you. You don't think that there are places that are too insignificant for you to learn from. Go and ask the people who learn, who become successful. You realize that they learn from everywhere and in any situation. But the most important thing is that even when they get into trouble, or if they have challenges, they have the growth mindset, which means, how do I come out of this? What can I learn from this? How do I become a better person after this? Even if you're just, going about your daily activity, you need a growth mindset to succeed.
Okay, so now we've heard many motivators, motivational speakers, such as yourself, speak about having a success mindset, having a money-making mindset, business-minded mindset, maybe an educated mindset. But having a growth mindset does seem a little ambiguous. What is it about growth that is so important to someone who is already in his mind or in her mind feels they've already succeeded?
So the difference between growth mindset and every other thing that you have mentioned is the fact that you are saying that there's a room to become a better person. Okay. The word growth from grow, if you're not thinking about growing, or if you don't think that there's any room for you to grow anymore, you won't talk about growth. Sure. So if you're talking about growing, it means that you know that you have not attained the highest possible height. Okay. So growth is important because if you're alive, there's always more to be done.
Sure.
It is only when you're dead that there's nothing else to be done. So if you don't think you need growth mindset, from that moment, it's as good as saying that I don't need to learn anything anymore. I remember they say that the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. So growth is simply telling you that if you're alive, there's more to be done. You can become a better person, whether you have succeeded or you are trying to succeed. And guess what? Even if you have succeeded, you still need a growth mindset to stay successful. And the reason is simple. What made you succeed yesterday may actually become obsolete today. Okay. There may be a disruption in your industry. And if there's a disruption, it can affect every strategy that you used to become successful. So if the disruption hits the strategy that you used to become successful, how do you stay successful? That's where growth mindset comes in, to tell you that you need to reinvent. Now, look at Nokia. We've all heard the story of Nokia.
Yeah.
If there was a growth mindset in place, when every other company was reinventing, Nokia would have reinvented. Sure. Look at Kodak. Kodak was a filmmaker. In those days when we used to buy cameras, for those of us who are photography enthusiasts, we used to buy cameras and buy films. But people were migrating to digital cameras, DSLR cameras. Everybody was migrating, but Kodak didn't see that future. So why are we not talking about them today amongst the best cameras available in the market? It was about growth mindset and knowing when to reinvent yourself. Even for career professionals, you get to a point where your career peaks. And if you don't understand that you need a growth mindset to reinvent yourself, what some people do is when they realize that, look, it looks like I've hit the peak of my career, they start transitioning to becoming consultants. Transforming their knowledge into training, or transforming their knowledge into services provided to organizations to help them grow, or to groom the younger generation, the newer hands coming into organization. There must be a point, no matter how far you have gone, that you need to transition.
Okay.
And if you don't understand at that point that you need to learn how to transition or do something else or reinvent yourself, then you will never grow. It applies to musicians as well. There are musicians we used to hear or listen to when we were in secondary school. How many of them do you listen to today anymore? Or how many of them are still active and relevant? It's about growth mindset.
So those who are relevant have in some way evolved.
Yes.
Or, well, discovered a new way or a new way of doing things.
Exactly.
So in other words, they've been growing.
Yes.
But it does feel like, as you said, some people get to a particular point where they feel like they need to do the mentoring.
Yeah.
So you're not saying that mentoring a younger generation is not part of growth. That's not what you're saying. It is part of it.
It is part of it,
okay.
But if all you do is just mentoring and you're not doing anything for yourself, what you're saying is that I've done everything I can possibly do. There's nothing more to me.
Okay.
But mentoring is still a way of pouring yourself into other people. You see, there's a part of mentoring where you don't do anything, you just tell others what you know. And again, that part is where maybe age is no longer on your side. Energy is no longer on your side. Resources and time are no longer on your side. Then you can just sit down and just do mentoring. But if that is not the case, while mentoring, you can still continue to evolve. You can still continue to reinvent yourself.
There was something you said quite early in this conversation. You said no matter who you continue growing and learning, no matter who the people you're learning from are. This also applies to age. So you're saying that no matter how old one is, and no matter how young the person you're learning from is, you can learn from anyone.
I'll give you a quick example. Okay. You know, last week we were talking and I made reference to RDJ. I'm going to make reference to him again. You see, when RDJ was alive, one of the very unique things about him is that you're having a conversation with RDJ just because you want to learn from him. And he flips it on you. And it turns out that he's the one learning from you.
Sure.
Then at the end of the conversation, he tells you, we learn from each other. You know, I just picked, and he will tell you clearly, I just picked something from you.
Let's talk about consequences of not growing or evolving or learning from people younger, in a younger place or in a lower station to you. For instance, you gave me an example earlier on about what happened during COVID.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things that will happen if you don't learn is that you will stay stagnated, your job will be frustrated, and you will not succeed at most of the things you want to do. The example I was talking about during COVID was a woman who was a very senior person in her office, and any small thing she would shout, IT, come and fix this, IT, come and fix this, IT, come and... Then lockdown happened. And there was no IT to order around to get things done. You see, while there is no problem with asking IT to come and fix something from you, what is wrong with you watching what the IT guy does while he's fixing it? Or tell the IT guy, don't just fix it, show me how to do it. So when you tell that's a growth mindset. When you say, I don't just want you fixing it for me all the time. I want you to show me how it's done. So that's how you keep evolving. That's how you keep succeeding and you stay relevant.
Paula Daniels, we always have something interesting to learn when we discuss, and hopefully that has motivated you to have a little difference in your mindset. Have a growth mindset. Learn from each and every person around you. It might even be your kids at home. It might even be that new intern that just arrived in your office.
Absolutely.
Everyone can learn from everyone else. All right, let's hear your thoughts on this. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Tag us, WakeUpNigeria TVCE. And of course, we will get back to you and respond to your comments. Let's take a quick break. We have a lot more coming your way on Wake Up Nigeria.
Talk about long-distance relationships and the sacrifices partners make to make it work. How do you stay connected?
Number one, there should be a time schedule and then plan according to it. The moment you stay 2 days, 3 days, and you guys have no talk. When it's not as if you went for prayers on the mountain.
Social media, phone calls, WhatsApp calls,
video calls,
midnight calls,
FaceTime.
I'll playfully say things like, who toast you today? Did you toast anybody today?
It's Battle of the Sexes, guys.
Please, I see no wrongs in anything a woman does.
What? What are you trying to say?
I support a woman's rights and wrongs. Okay? I don't care if women cheat or not, but like...
You say you don't want, you don't care if women cheat. So are you now? I feel like women cheat the most.
No, men cheat the most, but that...
Women are, no, the stats are there, auntie. And you people should miss me with this when a woman cheats. Yeah, she's been stomaching it for a long time. It's always emotionally inclined. It's a bloody lie. It's a bloody lie. Yo.
It is the truth.
I know of people.
Women don't just cheat because they feel like cheating. They don't just cheat because they feel like cheating, or like men.
My men, It's a lie.
My woman, it is not a lie.
It's a bloody lie.
It is not a lie.
Women!
Please. Men are liars.
Shut up,
Men are liars. Don't believe this guy.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It's Battle of the Sexes, guys.
And you're welcome. Our final segment here today, we have been graced with the presence of Engineer Lasisi Taufik Kolawale. He's the CEO of Tico Last Autos Repair Limited. You are welcome, sir. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
First off, let me intimate you with what our SME segment is. We like to bring people who are entrepreneurs, people who are hardworking, and also perhaps employers of small labor, so that they can serve as a sample or example to people out there who are looking to perhaps go into the same line of business.
Okay.
Speaking of which, you are an auto engineer.
That's correct.
You have a garage where you do auto repairs and all of that. And if you don't mind my asking, how many people do you employ at this auto garage?
Currently, I have about 15 of them, the staff and some trainees with me.
Okay. Oh, so you also have trainees as well?
That's correct.
All right, fine. So let's talk about how you got started. You are an engineer by way of academics, are you?
Actually, after my first secondary school certificate, when I lost my dad, I had to go into learning the mechanical engineering from the roadside those days.
Okay, so you actually did learn from the roadside mechanic as well?
Roadside mechanics, yeah. Then after which I graduated, then I now have to went back to school. Then I went for unemployment, and I get unemployment from a company, a reputable company in Nigeria, which I served for 37 years.
Wow.
It was after that I actually set up my own business.
Wow.
During the period that I was working with the company, that was the same time I had to enroll at Yabatech. Then I became a mechanical engineer while I was still working at
That's
the
interesting.
place.
Do you think that that was an important part in setting you up as who you are today, getting that academic backing? Do you think that it was necessary?
Quite honestly, so very, very necessary. Because I don't think I wouldn't have been able to talk to you if I was not, if I didn't have that.
I get you.
Yeah, because I know a couple of people that we started together. After my education, that of which
the difference was clear.
Exactly. They now became the boss of those that are even the most senior in the system.
Okay.
So that's the education part of it was very, very necessary.
So would you ask people to go your route, get educated, street smart when it comes to the brute nature of being an auto mechanic, and also get a classroom education as well regarding engineering? Would you suggest that people combine those two?
Well, it's very necessary because you see, it can't just be a theoretical mechanical engineering. It's good for you to be able to also know how those things are being made, like a tailor-made. Do you understand?
Yes.
Like I had the opportunity of attending courses from both within and outside the country. Kudos to that establishment that I left before I set up my own business. That's just about that.
Oh, that's very interesting. But now you also have trainees as well. Now you're putting people through. Well, what is the first notion that people give when they come to your store or your garage to actually learn? Are they always like, I don't have an education, but I want to do this and I want to become like you? How do you attend to that kind of an instance?
Well, majority of the people that came to my place, actually, they either come with their parents, and majority of them are kind of, at the last ASU strike and what have you, when some of them couldn't gain admission into the university or to higher institution, as the case may be. So they come, though majority of them they have intention of going for mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
But even when the admission is still not
in process,
was still in process, was still not possible. Okay, so that was why majority of them decided to come and learn. I have some of them in Yabatech today.
Oh, nice.
I have some in other universities outside Lagos today. Then also, even some universities send their students to me for IT and COS.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So apart from the customers who bring their vehicles in, do you have, do you get paid for these trainees rather that come in? Do they have to pay you to learn as well?
Yeah, they do.
Wow, that's an interesting.
They do.
That's because I thought it was just work for labor. If you help me out and now teach you, as it obtains with the local mechanic out there.
They do, but there are some of them that I try to give to the community that I stay. I try to give to them as well. Some of them I don't really base my training on. You have to be paid for and not what I view. Somehow, when I look at the people that are bringing those training to me, I also feel for them, and I knew where I was coming from.
Exactly.
All right. So I give to the community as well. It's not every one of them that.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. If I was to have finished my trainership, I keep saying trainership, my training with you, and I want to set up my own garage. How easy is it for me to do that for anyone out there who is perhaps looking forward to going into a training system and coming out at the end of the day? Is it easy to set up, get the customers, and how do you keep those customers at the end of the day?
I also, well, anyway, but probably maybe because I was opportune to work for a corporate entity, like I said, where I retired from. So all those experience over the years was actually made it easier for me to set up the garage. All right. When you get to my garage now, you discover that I think that was one of the reasons why people prefer to bring their children, sons or daughters around to come and learn, because it's quite different from the normal roadside mechanic that you used to know. Then I also advise them, like the training, that okay, you try as much as you can to go for either NAPTEP or any of the professional exams. So that will help you a lot. Then after the setup of business, you also need to register at the corporate office. Commissioner.
You actually take them through the entire everything process, that they should do to be certified mechanics.
So that it will be easier for them to be a master of their...
What's the range of trainees that you have, the age? Do you have people who have who have come from other works of life, like a broadcaster, for instance, saying they want to... Does that happen?
I have some that still attend secondary schools. On Saturdays, they come around on Saturdays only. Those are from 15 upward. Then the lighter that just gained admission to Yabatech, I think it's about 18 years or thereabout.
These are young folk then. But what if an older folk like myself said, I want to learn this because I have a passion, but I've never...
I think...
welcome.
I used to have two of them, but they are both travel out of the country now. They actually came to learn for 1 year.
Because they are traveling now.
So
this is actually...
They did that. They learned for 1 year.
Yeah.
Paid for 1 year. And they
that's a great way to actually, you know...
Just to be...
hands-on and actually because when you go outside the country, that could be very useful. A lot, you could charge a lot for that.
You can say that again.
That's incredible. You're not jackpotting anytime soon, are you?
No, I don't. Not even at this my age. What am I jackpotting for?
Because we need you here. Well, it's been grand, Mr. Taufik, having you on here. If you have any advice to give to anybody out there who has a passion for engines but yet hasn't started their own establishment or garage, what advice would you give to them?
Well, you see, one thing I used to tell people in life is that always try as much as you can to do good to people. Because whatever you do to people will surely come back to you. Then also, if you have a dream, just make sure you put it into practice. Don't just dream and sleep. Just put it into practice. Then if you believe in whatever you are doing today, I'm sure it will take you to places.
Nice.
So that's...
Mr. Taufik, thank you very much. Engineer Taufik. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your presence here for our SME segment, and we're looking forward to seeing where else you're going to take these efforts that you have put together. Well, that's all we can do inside of our SME segment here, hoping that you've taken some lessons from what we have, or sample at least from our engineer here, and perhaps maybe you're on your way to setting up your own thing. We still haven't finished inside the kitchen yet. So tell you what, engineer, why don't you come over with me? Let's give you something to eat so that when you get back to the shop, the workshop, you'll be strong and ready for the day. Come on over. The goose.
Okay. Amazing. A marvelous Monday.
Yes, indeed. Engineer Taufik, that's Titi. That is Chef Supertongue. And of course, we have Winfrey here. Ladies, Engineer Taufik.
Of course. Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. So our chef here has been hard at work, putting that together. So she made...
You have a problem with your mic. Titi,
I do?
Everything.
I do?
No, she does. You go.
Oh, okay. All right, then,
you
fantastic.
Go. Her mic was
Oh, okay, all right, then. No, there's a lot that's happened in the kitchen today. And, of course, we know Chef Shebutimo always has us covered. What do we have in here?
We have yam pottage.
Okay.
Sorry,
plantain pottage. Yes.
We have pomo, fish, meat, vegetable, then mixed pepper.
All right, fantastic.
Okay.
Please, have a taste and tell us what you think.
Thank you very much.
Please have a taste. All right.
Let's do give it a taste and let us know, because...
It looks amazing. It smells amazing, right?
Don't say that again.
All right.
It tastes amazing too.
I'm sure it does. Plantain, you can never go wrong with it. That's what I think. What do you think?
What do you think? All right. All right. It's like he was trying to confirm what he was tasting. Have we confirmed, sir?
Yeah.
All right. Another one. That's all the confirmation you need. That's grand. It's been a great show to start the week for a Monday. Hoping that you guys have all kicked it off right. Thank you very much for joining us here for the very first day of the week. We've got more all through up until Friday. If you guys tune in every single day at 7 a.m., now you're sure to find us here.
Exactly. Now tell a friend. We're back again 7 a.m. sharp tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Questions with Ini. Hi guys, Ini. Your skin is really glowing. What beauty soap do you use?
It's glowing because it's healthy. I use a soap that keeps my skin soft and protected from germs.
But Ini, the beauty soaps I know don't give germ protection.
Dettol skincare does.
It combines Dettol's protection with argan oil to protect my skin. Gives me 2 times moisturization with a beautiful fragrance. Beautiful skin is germ-free skin.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. ShopX TV has brought you the latest innovations in lifestyle, fitness, and cooking from across the globe. And now, we are proud to introduce to you a game changer for your home security. The ShopX TV Smart Security Collection. The amazing collection includes the Bionic Floodlight and the Sight Bulb HD Cam. The Bionic Floodlight is a revolutionary solar-powered floodlight that protects your home against intruders at night, especially when there is no power. It also lights up the surroundings of your home without having to worry about wires, installations, and hefty light bills. That's right, our Bionic Floodlight is a wireless, solar-paneled, motion-activated, multi-directional floodlight that showers a super span of light across your home and surroundings. The outdoor solar panel absorbs the sun all day to energize a flood of light at night. And because it is water-resistant, it will not get damaged in the rain. Watch. The instant motion is detected, the Bionic Floodlight triggers 108 high-intensity LED bulbs on 3 separate panels that instantly blasts an area of 1,000 square feet with bright penetrating light, then automatically shuts off when the motion stops. And with its one-touch wireless remote, you can control the light from anywhere. There is even an alert security strobe light that scares intruders and unwanted visitors in a flash. Incredible, right? And our Sidebulb HD Cam is a robotic 360 degrees two-way torque camera with action tracking technology. It is the ultimate solution for discreet and powerful surveillance. Sidebulb is the convenient and affordable